proceed? Okay. Good afternoon, Mr. Kaminsky. I have a few questions for you about the events of August 30th.
Absolutely.
Now, you were actually at Rock to World on August 30th, correct?
I sure was. I was going to take a day off.
And you noticed the defendant was also working that day.
Yes, Miss Whit Bowman.
And the defendant was working the Mind Eraser ride.
Yes, she was originally, yes.
And throughout the course of this day, you noticed that the defendant appeared distracted.
Yeah, I'm not sure what she was going on, but yeah, she was definitely distracted.
You noticed the defendant leave her ride several times during the day. Is that
Yes,
correct?
she did.
And at the end of the day, she closed down her ride entirely.
Yes, she did.
And this was to go operate the Tunnel of Terror ride.
I believe that's where she went, yes.
Objection, Your Honor, speculation.
If Mr. Kaminsky knows, he can answer. If he doesn't know, he can say he didn't know. It's not asking him to speculate as to anything. It's asking for his personal knowledge of the ride the defendant went to operate.
What was your question?
That after the defendant left the Mind Eraser, she went to operate the Tunnel of Terror.
Okay, do your response to her response.
Yes, he wouldn't know that Whit Bowman specifically shut down her ride just to go work in Tunnel of Terror.
I think that if he doesn't know, he can say he doesn't know, so I'm going to overrule.
Yes, Your Honor.
I'll re-ask the question, Mr. Kaminsky. After the defendant left the Mind Eraser, she went to operate the Tunnel of Terror.
I'm not sure where she went after shutting down the Mind Eraser.
Is it your sworn testimony today that you did not see Whit Bowman at the Tunnel of Terror after she closed down the Mind Eraser?
I don't recall seeing her, no.
I'm now approaching opposing counsel with the witness affidavit. Line 63. Permission to approach the witness? Mr. Kaminsky, is this your sworn affidavit?
Yes, it is.
And is this a fair and accurate copy of your affidavit as you recall it?
Yes, it is.
And this affidavit, you constructed it under penalty of perjury. You were instructed to include all relevant information
Yes, I was.
and to be truthful in your documentation.
Yes, I was.
And is that your signature on the back page?
Yes, it is.
Mr. Kaminsky, I'd like to read a portion of your affidavit for the court, and I'd like to have you read along in your head and tell me if I read that correctly. I'm referring to line 63. In fact, Bowman even closed down Bowman's aside ride a few times during the day and completely abandoned it to operate the Tunnel of Terror near closing time. Mr. Kaminsky, did I read that correctly?
Yes, you did.
Now, Mr. Kaminsky, you knew Bowman from before August 30th, is that correct?
Yes, I did.
You actually sought out her rides, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
You liked that Mrs. Bowman made the rides go faster than normal, is that correct?
Yes, she did.
And the defendant added other modifications to the ride, is that correct?
Yes, she did.
Now I'd like to talk about an event that you discussed on direct, involving Cameron Pool. Now, one day earlier that summer, you'd gone to buy your ticket from Cameron Pool. Is that correct?
Which day was this?
The day that you saw the sleight of hand maneuver. Do you
Yes,
remember which day I'm talking about?
I do, yes. I was purchasing a ticket.
On this day, just to clarify, you noticed Cameron Pool slip your cash somewhere other than the register?
Yes, I did.
And you noticed him give you a bracelet from somewhere other than the usual stack.
Yes, that's what he did.
And after you inquired what he was doing, Cameron Pool explained to you that he was taking a cut of the cash profits with a few friends. Is that correct?
Yes, it is.
Again, this wasn't the first time that you'd encountered Cameron Pool. You'd bought your ticket from many times that summer. Is that correct?
Yes, I've been in the park a few times.
Right. Now I'd like to fast forward to August 30th, the day of the robbery. You were at the park that day, correct?
Yes, I was.
But shortly after, later on in the afternoon, you received a text. Is Is that
I did,
correct?
yes.
And this text instructed you to go to a grocery store to pick up a client. Is
Yes,
that
about
correct?
a mile from the park.
And this was right before closing time.
Correct.
And when you got this text, you immediately left the park. Is that correct?
Yes, I did.
And you had to make it to the grocery store.
I had a job to do.
And it was at this point that you saw the chase involving Cameron Poole. Is that
Yes,
correct?
yes, I did.
And I'd now like to talk about some phone calls that you overheard in your limousine on August 30th.
All right.
Now, you transported Cameron Poole to that grocery store, is that correct?
No, I didn't.
You did not transport Cameron Poole on August 30th to the grocery store parking lot?
Not to the grocery store, no.
To the parking lot?
No, I did not.
To the marina, I apologize, Mr. Kaminsky. From the grocery store parking lot to the Midlands Marina.
Yes, I took Mr. Poole to the marina.
And in that limo ride, you had a chance to hear a few phone conversations, is that correct?
Yes, yes, I did.
And in the first conversation, you recognized the voice on the other end of the line, is that correct?
Not absolutely, but yes, I thought I might have recognized it.
You're pretty sure you recognized it.
I thought I did, yes.
You're pretty confident that it was Whit Bowman, the defendant, is that correct?
I thought it could have been. I wasn't sure 100% though.
And you overheard Cameron Poole tell who you believe was the defendant that things got crazy, we were going to get caught. Is that correct?
Yes, that's what I heard.
And then Cameron Poole added, don't worry, I got rid of your blade. No one will know you had anything to do with it. Is that correct?
Yes, yes it is.
No further questions at this time.